Hi, this unit, lesson 7, is on what fraction of a group. So let's think about dividing things into groups when we can't even make one whole group. We're going to do 7.1 right now, which is estimating a fraction of a number. So without calculating, about how much is 1/3 of 7? So my thought is, well, 1/2 of 7 is 3.5. So I know that it needs to be a little less than 3. And then if I thought that this was 1/3 of 6, that would be 2. So I know it needs to be between 2 and 3. So I'm going to guess between 2 and 3. B. What is 4/5 of 9 and 2/3? Well, 4/5 is almost close to 1 whole, and 9 and 2/3 is a little close to 10. So I'm going to say it's probably around 8 or 9. And then what is 2 4/7 of 10 1/9? So 2 4/7 is about 2.5, and then 10 1/9 is close to 10. So 2.5 of 10, so 2.5 groups of 10 is about 25 to me. So I think it's going to be about 25. And then write a multiplication expression for each equation. So if I really wanted to actually solve this, I would do 1/3 times 7, 1/3 group of 7. If I wanted to solve this one, I would say 4/5 of 9 and 2/3. And if I want to do this one, I would say 2 4/7 times 10 1/9. We're going to skip fractions of ropes. So this is one of those activities that we are going to not do. So just skip over that. But we are going to jump to 7.3, fractional batches of ice cream. All right. So one batch of ice cream recipe uses 9 cups of milk. A chef makes different amounts of ice cream on different days. Here's the amount of milk that she used. So one batch uses 9. So on Monday, if she uses 12, how many batches would that be? So right here, how many batches of ice cream did she make on each of the following days? Write a division equation and draw a tape diagram for the question about each day. Then answer the question. So if I wanted to do Monday, 12 is how many groups of 9? So there's my division question. Next, I'm going to draw I'm going to draw 12 boxes. And the reason why I split it up after 3s is because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my 9, so there's my one batch. One batch of 9, because this is the total is 12. So if these 1, 1, 1. If this is one batch, then that means that this is 1/3 of this batch. So these 3 represent this one part. So this would be 1/3 of the batch. So I have one whole batch, plus I have 1/3 of a batch. So really I have 1 1/3 batches of ice cream. Okay. Tuesday. On Tuesday, they use 22.5 cups. So we're going to have to draw 22 all the way across. So I'm going to go all the way, and I'm going to stop. I think it's right here on my answer key. So, and I'm dividing by 9, so I'm going to break it up into groups of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here's my one batch. Here's my second batch. And then here's 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. So this is 4.5 out of, I need 9 to make one batch. So 4.5 out of 9, so 4.5 out of 9 really is 1/2 of a batch. So I have 1 whole batch, 2 whole batches, and a half batch. So I have 2.5 batches. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to put the total here. This is supposed to say 22.5. All right. We're also going to do it for Thursday and for Friday. I'm going to get a different pen because this one's not writing very well. So for Thursday, we're actually using less than what you're supposed to use for batch. We're only going to use 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But, so this is what we have, right? I'm going to add what we would need to make a whole batch. We don't actually have that, right? But if we did, so this is what we actually have. So we really have 6 out of 9, and 6 out of 9 can be reduced to 2 out of 3. So therefore, I have 2/3 of a batch. And the division problem for this would be 6 divided by 9 equals 2/3. I think I forgot to do that for Wednesday. Let me go back and check. I did. Or for Tuesday, excuse me. So Tuesday was supposed to say 22 1/2 divided by 9. Gives me question mark, and then my answer was 2.5. I apologize for that. All right, Friday, I'm given 7.5 batches. So 7.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a half. But really what I want, so that's, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really what I want is 9, but I only have 7.5. So the way I can look at it is this. I have 7.5 out of 9, but I know that I can't write, like when you write a fraction, you can't say 7.5 out of 9. You want your numerator and your denominator to be whole numbers. So I look at 7.5 and I go, well, if I double it, it will make it where it is a whole number. So I'm going to double this, and I have to double that to keep it proportional. So that's going to give me 15 out of 18. Now, how I could have shown 15 out of 18 is I could have done this. I'm going to try to use a different color. Because I have this half piece here, I could have just cut everybody in half and then counted all my halves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 16, 17, 18. So that's where you get the 15 out of 18 if you break them into half-size pieces, so that way you don't have a fraction within a fraction. So 15/18 is the answer to this problem, 15/18 of a batch. It's not a whole batch, but pretty darn close. And the division problem that would go with this would be 7 1/2 divided by 9. Okay. All right, next question. Write a division equation and then draw a tape diagram for each question, then answer the question. What fraction of 9 is 3? So I'm going to draw 9. So there's my 9. And then here's my 3. And what fraction is this of the entire thing? Well, it's 1 out of 1, 2, 3 size pieces that are all identical. So it's 3 out of 9, which is 1 out of 3. So 1/3 is my solution to what fraction is of 9 is 3. The division, equation could be 3 divided by 9 is what? Or 3 divided by what is 9? Because 3 is what I have. So therefore, that's what's being divided. All right, what fraction of 5 is a half? So I'm going to draw 5 pieces. And then I'm going to draw half. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm looking at the 1/2 and I want to know what is that out of the total. So there's 1/2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 halves. So there's 1 out of 10, which is, if you want to write it as a decimal, 0.1. So this problem could read 1/2 divided by 5 is what? Okay. And then here's your lesson summary. So make sure you read that if you need a little bit more clarification. And then remember, you have Miss Hartman and Miss Ashley across the hall if you want to ask them any questions for clarification. All right, I'm going to show you your answers for your lesson 7 practice. So pause the video if you need a chance to finish that. All right, for number 1, for A, I got 2, B, I got 1.5, C, I got 1/2. For question 2, how many times as heavy as Big Leo is Whiskers? So the way I wrote it was something times 4 is 2 2/3, or 4 times something is 2 2/3, or 2 2/3 divided by 4 is something, or 2 2/3 divided by something is 4. So those were all the 4 different multiplication division problems I could have said. It said, is my answer going to be less than or greater than 1? I said it's going to be less than 1. And then cat A is 8/12 or 2/3 as heavy as cat B once you solved it. How many times as heavy as Whiskers than Pig Leo? So this time my equations switched. What times 2/3 is 4, or 2/3 times what is 4? 4 divided by 2/3 is what, or 4 divided by what is 2/3? My answer is going to be bigger than 1 this time because cat B is 1.5 times as heavy as cat A. Question 3, I got A. Question 4, my answer was I got 4 out of 12.5. Or, remember, you can't have a decimal or a fraction within a fraction, so then I just doubled it and said it's 8 out of 25. So my answer is 8 out of 25. Question 5, I got 3 2/3 as my answer for A. 8 2/3 as my answer for B. And then for question 6, what is 4 groups of 2, or sorry, which of these can be represented? 4 groups of 2/7. So how many times can 2/7 go into 4? A represents that. All right, again, if you have any questions, please ask the math teachers across the hall, or you can wait until I return. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later.